But we need real long-term solutions. And part of that could be an idea proposed by our next guest, founder and president of Bienvenido US, Abraham Enriquez. Abraham, great to see you. Look, it's a crisis, it's a short-term crisis, but the problem is the crisis has been going on for so many years, and nothing ever seems to happen. What's your thought on all this?
Well, look, great to be here with you, Steve. Thank you so much for the invitation. Last week, our press secretary claimed that President Biden, since day one, has taken action to secure our border. But when you live in Texas like I do, it's very difficult to believe that. Just in the 2 years that Biden has been in office, over 4 million apprehensions of illegal crossings have happened. More than 14,000 pounds of poisonous fentanyl have been seized this year alone. And also this year alone, 98 individuals on the U.S. terror watch list have been caught at our U.S. border. And the U.S. Border Patrol chief came out just the other day and said that in the past 48 hours, we've seen about 16,000 apprehensions, making it about 8,000 a day on average, which is interesting because Jen Johnson, Barack Obama's Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, said that about 1,000 apprehensions a day was overwhelming. And now with Title 42 ending in just a couple of days, experts are saying that we should feel about 10 to 12,000 apprehensions a day come January. So we've far exceeded that 1,000 apprehensions a day count. But look, mainstream media, politicians would like to come on and say that there is no crisis at the border, or that this crisis really is too difficult to handle. But in reality, there's 3 simple things that we can do to fix it, basically overnight. And number one is to keep the Remain in Mexico policy, which was a bilateral agreement between 2 countries to help both countries with the influx of immigration. Number 2 would be to keep Title 42, which is one of the most powerful policy tools that we have, to not only protect our communities, but to give manpower to our Border Patrol. And number 3, which is probably the most ambitious, is it's easy to be Secretary Mayorkas when you live in your ivory towers out in Washington, D.C. and turn a blind eye to what's going down in communities down at the border. Just yesterday, the mayor of El Paso stated that there is an emergency state because of the overwhelming concerns of the city of El Paso handling what's going on day to day. So why don't we move the Department of Homeland Security? Right? Why don't we move the DHS and Secretary Mayorkas to come work and live from El Paso or Yuma, Arizona, or Brownsville, Texas, where they see their day-to-day lives being affected by what's going on with illegal crossings. I guarantee you, Steve, that when you move the thousands of workers in DHS to come live down here in these border cities, this problem will be fixed basically overnight.
I think that is actually such a simple and brilliant idea, because that's the key thing here. They just don't care. They're not engaged in it. They're not trying to do anything about it. It's just a disaster. And I think your suggestion of moving the whole operation to the border, that's what they're supposed to be focused on anyway, protecting our border. I think it's a great idea. It's very positive. It's very practical. Abraham, I love what you do with your organization. Thank you for being with us tonight, and we'll see you soon.